In this lesson, we will learn about subjective and objective claims and the authority given to each. Pretend for a moment you are in an art gallery, on a tour of some of the most famous works of art in the world. Your guide stops by a painting and says the following. This painting is called the Mona Lisa. It was created by Leonardo da Vinci. He created it in Paris. They take a pause and then add, it is the most beautiful painting in the world. Does that last statement feel different to the first three in a key way? If it does, you have picked up that the tour guide has moved from making objective to subjective claims. Statements like this painting is called the Mona Lisa are known as objective claims because they are factual statements that can be checked. We can look at the title of the painting on its plaque. We can read about it in numerous books. It is easy to check. So is the fact that it was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. A statement like it is the most beautiful painting in the world is not based on fact. What makes a nice painting isn't always universally agreed on. Therefore, a statement like this is the most beautiful painting in the world is subjective. It may indeed be the most beautiful painting to the person saying it, but it is not a fact that can be checked. It is their personal feelings or opinion. It is important that you know that just because something is an objective statement, though, doesn't mean it is true. Take the third statement from the tour guide, that the painting was created in Paris. This isn't true. If you check the records and evidence, the painting was created in Venice. However, because this statement is a fact that can be checked, it is still an objective claim. The important thing when deciding if a statement is an objective or subjective claim is whether it is a fact that could be verified, not whether it is true or false. Now, let's look at some texts to check your understanding. Let's read the following text about ice cream. Ice cream is the most amazing dessert ever. The creamy texture is so smooth and all the flavors are so yummy. It's like a party in my mouth. I love trying all the different flavors, from chocolate chip cookie dough to the very best flavor of all, strawberry cheesecake. Would you say this text is largely objective or subjective? Have a look at the statements in bold. None of these statements are measurable or verifiable facts. Would everyone agree that ice cream is the most amazing dessert ever? Is there an objective way to prove it? It is a matter of opinion whether something is yummy or not. Some people might hate the taste of ice cream. And even if someone does like ice cream, people have different opinions on what the best flavour of ice cream is. It is not a fact. The statements in bold are opinion statements. They are not backed up by any evidence and are easy to disagree with. This piece of writing is full of subjective claims. Now, let's compare it to this text about ice cream. This text is full of objective claims. Ice cream has become a best-selling dessert in countries around the world. In 2019, Australians consumed 84 million litres of ice cream. That's an average of more than 15 litres per person. Ice cream is especially popular on hot days, and it is also often enjoyed during special occasions and celebrations. People of lots of different ages enjoy ice cream. We could research whether ice cream is a best-selling dessert in countries around the world. We could check whether Australians consumed 84 million litres of ice cream in 2019. We can check whether ice cream is especially popular on hot days. Because we can check these facts, whether they are true or false, they are objective claims. While some texts will be entirely objective and others entirely subjective, a lot of texts will mix the two together. This poster advertisement for ice cream has objective claims as well as subjective claims. When making an argument, it is important to understand that objective and subjective claims have different authority. If the town was deciding whether to build a new playground or a car park, imagine if people only made subjective arguments.
Playgrounds are fun.
Playgrounds are too noisy.
The debate isn't going to get very far, and people won't make an informed decision. People often like subjective arguments when they already agree with what the person is saying. But subjective arguments aren't often persuasive to people who didn't already agree with you beforehand. If instead you make objective arguments, you will have more authority.
There are no other playgrounds in this neighborhood. There is no other public space for children to play.
Playgrounds cost money to maintain each year. Car parks make money each year.
Just because you make objective claims doesn't mean everyone will agree with you. Different arguments will matter more or less to different people. But when making decisions, people generally like to be informed. Objective claims also allow people to have a proper debate where they can use evidence to support their claims and refute the claims of others. Objective claims need to be supported with real evidence or proof to maximise authority.
Actually, according to the annual report, all of the council car parks currently lose money each year. And we could make a profit by running a fair in the playground each year, like the neighbouring council does.
Using objective claims that are true and valid can help give you more authority and help persuade people to your cause. Now that you are familiar with the difference between objective language and subjective language, start analysing the claims made in the various texts and media you engage with. You can also use well-supported objective arguments to help give yourself authority and help persuade people. Now, let's go practice what you have learned.